is the first IPSF Congress, then we have to take it immediately. Which means we will put this on pause and then come back to this motion again. Point of information from James.
Just in regards to the comment from BBJ Germany, last year when a similar procedural motion was proposed, the live stream was not turned off. It was continued to be broadcast.
With that said, I will continue this. Motivation from proposer and seconder. Can I have a microphone to Stefan and also one near TPAYC Turkey?
Those are things.
Yeah. Can I have a microphone to BPHG Germany? Also, are you okay if we put a time limit on discussion so that we can get through this? Okay, thank you. Technical from BPHG Germany.
Please, BPHG Germany, can the executive committee please ensure that the hotel is not going on with the security checks? All delegates just informed us 3 minutes ago that in room 3023, there are still 3 people with a block and a pen noting things.
Can you repeat the room name, please?
3023.
Okay. Mia and James are going after this. Can I have someone from Expo please keep the speakers list because I can't do everything. Is it a technical or okay? Because then I have them giving their motivation for the motion presented. Sorry, can you repeat the room name?
302. Yeah. 6028.
And her room, by the way,
when I was in my room, the card was inserted. Someone knocked the door. I didn't reply, so he opened the door and went.
Okay. Sorry. Guys, I will make sure that James and Mian, who are out right now, they follow up on everything and make sure that this is stopped right away. Okay.
can I just request something? I'm sorry. Just request.
Yes.
I'm that serious. I really want the police here because this is absurd. This is trespassing. I paid for the hotel room. This is my house for a week. I don't go knocking on someone's door and literally just walk in. This is absurd. I'm furious right now. I'm not mad. I'm furious. I'm sorry.
Can I request that? I know that some of the delegations are with just one person, so they can't leave the table. Can I have one of the scrutineers, please? Can you record all of the room names and then give it to one of the expos so we can take care of this?
Raise your red card if you have reported it.
Please hold up your red card so that the scrutineer can come and collect the room number if that's needed.
We just have a short point of information on the report the hotel should issue us.
Well, I was just at the lobby and asked for documentation, and the staff does not know about it, so they won't give it to me.
They have like no clue what's going on.
Sorry? Well, I just went there and told them I'm from the IPSF and wanted to, like, that we had problems. Well, he asked me what was the problem, what happened. I was like, in my room, well, I think there did nothing happen in my room. So he told me I can't get that. And then he tried to phone someone, and I just don't know what happened. So.
Can I just ask what the Indian Association is doing about this? This is also on them too, but they have to adopt the hotel.
I get it.
Like, I'm sure they would provide it to us if they said so, but just someone needs to tell the staff that they know about it too, so.
So, can you make sure that downstream the staff is informed that if participants from the IPSF World Congress are requesting for that information of the check-in and check-outs of their rooms, that they are provided with that information? Thank you. Can you get back to me when that is confirmed?
Actually, we have already told it to the other authorities and they are confirming with their management. So they will get back to us like in 15-20 minutes. As soon as I have any updates, I'll surely tell you.
Thank you. Sorry. No, I still had a question from LPSA Lebanon? No? Good, okay. Then I will move to motivation from ASIP Switzerland.
I want to keep this short. Basically, we believe that also recent events are not adequately reflected in the report. And we believe that also as a fairness to the RC, they should be able to include events in their report. So that's why we want the GA to reconsider this motion.
Sorry, I still have the seconder to provide motivation. Councilman Haddad.
Just like Stefan said, I'm going to keep it short. The things that we're having here is unacceptable in any part of the world. So I think, really, like strongly think that we need to reconsider this report.
Then I have speakers list. I have CAPSI Canada, followed by PhD Germany.
Cassandra, CAPS Canada, I think this is a valid proposal. However, at this time, I think our time would be better spent trying to go through some other agenda points and saving this for a time where we're not as burnt out, tired, and anxious following these events, because I foresee another roundabout discussion. If it is reopened, another roundabout discussion, and we may end up with the same result. So I think this would be better spent for bright and early one that tomorrow morning, get it done out of the way, and we can put this issue behind us. But for now, I would prefer to continue on with the first as set out agenda points. Thanks.
Thank you, Council Canada. Then I have PhD Germany, followed by ASAP Switzerland. Oh, sorry, I have a technical from Jan first. Thank you. Can someone take over the speakers list, please? So I have PhD Germany, followed by ASAP Switzerland.
Grace PhD Germany. First of all, I want to deliver my deepest emphasis to the ExCo that they have to deal with all this stuff at the moment. You see that they are totally exhausted, so please acknowledge that. The second thing is I already handed in a motion, seconded by SOP Denmark, to amend the report of the chairperson on investigate all the issues we had here and also self-reflect on them. And if that's not possible, we will change the motion into an incident report which has to be presented to the GA and approved by the GA. So I would like to ask you to vote against, because we already have this motion proposed and it's handed into the motion committee.
Thank you, VP. Germany, ASAP Switzerland.
We do not agree because we believe that the report is an essential part and your motion does not actually cover it. Furthermore, if we do not carry this procedural motion, we cannot reopen it again, reconsider the motion again. So we can only do this once. So we can't do it tomorrow morning, if I'm correct. And yes, I think the report is just not correct in the way it is now.
Thank you. I have a technical from CAPC followed by a technical from the KMPSC.
Cassandra, Caps Canada, would we not be able to table this motion and reopen it later? I'm not sure how that works, but we've tabled things in the past.
Thank you. Michiel?
Michiel, KMPG Netherlands, is it possible that he drops the motion before the actually gets the vote, so the motion has never been voted upon, so we can put it in tomorrow?
If you give me a second, I will ask the. Give me 1 second to consult the motions committee on this. To consult Lucas on this. Lucas, can you consult me on this once you have a decision? Is it technical or point? Comment. Do I have anyone else? No, okay. Ask someone else.
Actually, we believe that this can be done away fast. We just accept the procedural motion, open the discussion on the other motion, just, in my opinion, reject the report, and then it's done. We don't even need to discuss a lot about it. This can be done in 5 minutes if we just get it done now. I think if we consider, if we don't check for the official documents, it takes more time than actually just going fast through the process.
Okay. Since the proposals are not keeping on to that motion, we have to vote. Sorry. Yeah. Close the discussion. Yeah. So we'll move. Since there are no other comments, I will just close the discussion. So we move to a vote. Is this a procedural motion or no procedural motion? Okay. So the options are against, abstention, and for, just so everyone is aware. This is not a procedural motion, so you can't abstain. 1 second. Okay, so consulted by the motions committee. Member, yes, the member of the motions committee. A point can be reconsidered. It will be then redebated and re-voted on. You can table this discussion for a later time. But that again is a separate motion. So that would mean that we first have to deal with this motion, vote on it, and then move to the next to put it on the, to have it lie on the table. So with that said, I want to move to a vote on the motion of reconsidering the reception and acceptance of the report of the chairperson of the 61st IPSF World Congress. All those against this motion, please raise your voting cards high. And with high, I mean high, just as a reminder. Okay, just in case, does everyone understand what we're voting on? Okay. Oh, sorry. Technical from IPSF, please.
Mr. President, can you put it on the screen because I feel it created confusion
Okay.
with the motions that they were.
You want me to write the motion on the screen? Okay. Better? Okay. So, we are voting on the proposal by IPSF Switzerland, seconded by TPAYC Turkey, upon reconsidering technical, okay, please be the amendments.
Just to clarify, I look at the official documents, this is a procedural motion, so there's no motion to abstain.
Okay, thank you. So for the procedural motion on reconsidering the report of the chairperson of the 61st IPSF World Congress. So you're voting to reconsider Neha's report, which was discussed yesterday. Is that clear to everyone? Green if it's clear, red if it's not clear, and I want motion cards from every single delegation. That includes you, Australia. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to move and vote. You can put your arm down, Amy. So all those against reconsidering the motion, reconsidering Neha's report, raise your voting cards high. Against. All those against reconsidering, raise your voting cards high. This is not high, this is not high, this is high. Yes. Okay, guys, just 1 second. Since there seems to be a lot of confusion and a lot of points of clarification, Mr. Section, you probably be the one who can explain it. Give me 1 second.
Alright, so just to clarify the procedure with this sort of procedural motion. So firstly, as we said, the procedural motion needs to be made, which was done by IPSF Switzerland and seconded by TPAYC Turkey. After that, there is a discussion on the procedural motion itself. So at this point, we are discussing whether or not it is a good idea to open the discussion again on the report. We're not discussing problems with the report or anything like that. It's just whether to reopen the discussion about the report. So at this time, this decision that is being made is for the decision to reopen discussion on the report. And as such, it shouldn't be about issues or problems with the report. That would be addressed in the next discussion if this procedural motion were to pass. So at this point, the procedural motion requires a 2/3 majority to pass. And if that's not received, then this issue will be put to rest and we'll move on to the next point on the agenda. If the procedural motion does pass, we will immediately reopen discussion on the motion of the chairperson of the US Judgment Committee's report. At this point, the discussion will then continue until the discussion is closed and then we would re-vote on that report. I believe that would be appropriate for it to be laid on the table at a later time. As you would with any open discussion, a procedural motion can be proposed to lay on the table as while the discussion is open. So if the procedural motion were to pass, the discussion, the reopened discussion on the report could be laid on the table until a later time.
Thank you, Jake. I have a technical from Naps Australia.
Tom Fan, Naps Australia. Has the discussion already been closed though, so we can't continue discussing on whether or not to reopen, because we've already closed past that point?
Yes, we close the discussion. Okay, so is it clear to everyone what we're talking about now? All right, so we're gonna vote on the motion, on the procedural motion proposed as to reopen the discussion or reconsider the report of the chairperson of the 61st IPSF World Conference. All those against this motion, please raise your voting cards high in the air. And as I said before, this is not high, this is not high, this is high. Keep your arms up high, guys. Okay, I need to finish this vote before we go to your technical. All those in favor, please raise your voting cards high. Guys, please, when I ask you to vote, make sure that you do it fast because the expo starts counting fast. So please pay attention when we're doing a vote. Keep your cards up high so the expo can count all those for the motion. Yeah, you can put your arms down. We're just clarifying how many voting countries we have so that we can follow up. Okay, PSV, you can put your arm down. Thank you. Okay, so the procedural motion was rejected. Technical from us of Switzerland.
Stefan Sulzan. We want to raise our utmost concerns about how voting is done in this GA.
That is not technical.
This is a technical, I would say, because, I don't know, I believe that voting here is constantly interrupted. This has happened a lot of times, and people get influenced in their voting behavior, which is unacceptable. In the first vote on this procedural motion, or the first, let's raise our arms against it, I saw 5 votes against it. So, and after, I think people get influenced all the time in this GA. This has happened often. This is concerning major, important votes, and I think this is unacceptable. I think once you enter a voting process, you cannot just have 100 technicals and this stuff has to be sorted out before.
I agree. Apologies for that. Okay, so we have the contact person for the Marriott Hotel here right now. Would the GA like to hear from him, or do you want to move on with the point of agenda? Green, if you want to have him address you. Red, if you want to move on with the agenda. Okay. Then I would like to give the floor to you, Praveen, to address the delegates. Praveen? Floor is yours.
Good evening, everyone. I'm actually the director loss prevention for this married property, and I take care of the security and safety down here. I'm here to actually clear your doubt that some of you had saying that few of our staff which is getting into your room and then checking your personal belongings. Actually, we had about 2 or 3 complaints that we received in the past, saying that there were about $50 missing, or maybe some sterling's missing, and some of the Indian cash is missing out of their wallets, or maybe it is just left on the table in the envelope or something like that. So just to avoid those things, actually what I've done is I've placed the security associates onto each floor, and whenever the housekeeping staff gets into the rooms to go to clean, and then they call the security first. They don't get into the room straight away. They call up the security associate who is present there on the floors, and they assist them. They get into the rooms, just check the baggages are locked. I mean, don't open the baggages. Just see the baggages if there are any expensive mobile phones. Do I finish first and then you would like to ask, or you want me to stop and then you want to ask me first? Okay, thank you. So what they do is if your wallet is somewhere placed on the table, or maybe something cash or something is left which is naked, not into the L safe, they take account of it. They take account of those things. Even if the cash is left on the table, they just look at the cash, count it, saying that okay, these are 10 euros or maybe the $100. All right. A security guard makes a note of it. Yesterday, there was a concern which I already cleared it for a couple of students who came down to me, and I practically showed them, taking them into the floors, and then I've asked the guard that did you check her room? He says, yes, sir. This is the timing, this is what was there, and then she said, yes, it is exactly right. So that's the only thing that our security is doing. But not to open your bags, then check whatever is there into it. Okay, if there is a wallet just kept down on the table, and you have got about 1,000 euros or something, $1,000 or 1,000 rupees into it, one of the housekeeping boy, if he flicks up 100 out of that 1,000, you would not know. Maybe my security guard, and he opens it and says, okay, there are 3 credit cards, 1,000 rupees, $1,000 into it, and thank you very much. He notes it down onto this paper, gets out of the room. Or you don't want that. Or I'm not just stopping after this. You don't want that way. We stop cleaning the room. I pull out all the security guards out of this, and you let us know what timing you want this housekeeping to get into. And the feasible timings, we'll do the service for you. Now you may ask your questions, please.
So, while speaking order, I have LPSA Lebanon, followed by APRIN Algeria, BPHG Germany, then followed by ASM Switzerland. LPSA Lebanon.
How much time do I have so I know what to talk about?
I want to stick to the 1 minute so that everyone can get through it. Lisa, you're on, and APHA, did you have a question or? Okay. Thank you. So, LPSA, you have the floor.
Thank you, Roland, LPSA Lebanon. I had a question for you. When we came, because we've been discussing this for over 2 hours now, and we came and told you guys that stop doing it, and then she's in the room when someone knocked at the door and no one answered, so the guy literally just walked in. Do you see that acceptable at your house? Can I do that at your house? Literally walk in and touch your money and take your credit card and write down, oh, you own 2 credit cards. He owns 4. He has $1,000 on it. That's unacceptable. This is my room and no one's allowed in.
Absolutely, I agree with you. We are doing it only because we have received complaints saying that there were money losing from the room. I got this one. If your room in there, if you could answer that, saying that I'm in the room, I'm sorry, you don't want me to enter, that's fine. If you could have answered, that guy wouldn't have entered into your room.
Okay, James?
Just, sorry, I'd just like to make a quick comment. Please, guys, I know everyone is tired and upset, but please be mature and about this discussion and make sure that all comments are respectful and mature when we discuss this matter.
Thank you, James. Then, Alpisa, do you want me to add you on the list again? Okay. I have Algeria, followed by BPHG Germany.
So it's Hashim Algeria. I understand the measurement that the hotel is doing, but I think that the manager of the hotel should inform us before going in this measurement. So we have the GA here happening, so we should first inform the RCs or the executive before going to do this measurement. And thank you.
Fine, thank you.
Okay, then I have BPHG Germany.
Here's BPHG Germany. To be honest, I kind of understand what you did, but what I can't understand is you're an international company hosting conferences. The way you did it is absolutely unacceptable all over the world. You have to inform the people in the rooms prior. Moreover, as far as I know, even in India, there is a law for recovery of damages for personality stuff. You cannot insure us if even the security people just grab stuff, because my luggage was opened. I know for sure I closed it. It was opened. So that's something that cannot happen. Not for a hotel in your standard, which is hosting conferences all the time.
1 minute, sir.
So look, if the baggage was open, I'm not sure whether it was open from the beginning or maybe my guy has gone open and then I've not locked it. But I'm again clearing it to you. Your baggages will not be touched by anyone. If it is zipped or unzipped, they will not touch your baggages, sir. That's the policy that we have, and then no, they will not touch the baggages. That's what I said. Whatever is naked onto the table, they will take account of it, but not peek into your baggages.
Okay, I have a speaking order that I need to go through. I have asked Switzerland, followed by IPSF Iran.
Switzerland. We believe that when you do such measurements, you would have to ask every individual of the room. It is not enough to contact the RC or something of the reception committee, because it's an individual who is paying for a room, and you need to contact every single individual before entering the room. And then the individual has to be present when you do such a security check and when you take down the report. Because if the individual is not present, you cannot confirm whatever you put on the report, and it's a one-sided report that has no validity whatsoever. This is, in our opinion, the correct way to do it. This is how it should have been done, and this is not how it was done. And so we will. And we've heard that we have to sign something. We will not sign any one-sided reports. That's how it's done in Switzerland.
Okay. Now, I've already made it clear, this is not a security check, sir. This is just the security assisting the housekeeping, making sure that not losing any of your valuables. This is not a security check. I'm making it very clear. This is not a security check. I'm just assisting the housekeeping, making sure the housekeeping doesn't burglar or vandalize the things. That's all. This is not a security check at all. And sir, the housekeeping is the responsibility. They have to get into your rooms, clear your rooms, go to clean your rooms. This is not a security check. And I'm sure for housekeeping, no one has to get informed about it, cleaning your room. When the guest is not there, they get in and then they clear your room. This is the worldwide process. Every hotel does it. But sending a security with them is only to make sure that they don't flick anything off yours. Since I've got 2 complaints that were registered, I just made it clear.
Awesome, so this I will add you to the list. I'm sorry, there are other people that want to speak as well. Okay, I have Issa Iran followed by LPSA Lebanon. Oh, sorry, I have a technical from my PSA first.
Sachi, my PSA Malaysia, can we keep the live stream off because this involves the reputation of Marriott. So if the discussion is going on, I think it's not good for them.
GA, what do you think? Green if you agree with my PSA, red if you disagree with my PSA. We need to get through them tomorrow. We are very limited on time tomorrow because we have to leave this room at, Neha? What time? 5:30. Okay, so tomorrow, 5:30 max, everyone needs to be out. Because they need to rearrange the entire room for gala night. Therefore, I need so I'm gonna tell you a few things, and I need feedback from you guys because obviously this is a lot of things that we need to get through, but I need some feedback from you guys. So we still have on the agenda quite a number of committee, also a few expo reports, committee reports, reports from the advisory board, audit committee, the financial report. Yes, development fund committee, also the financial report of the 60th IPSF World Congress, followed by motions by the executive committee, motions by members, and followed by HLM elections. And am I missing anything? Yes, I already said expo reports. I think I've covered all of the things that are still on the agenda, as far as I know. So we can start earlier. Don't get mad yet. I'm just pointing out what we can do. So we would like to ask if you guys are okay if we start at 7 o'clock in the morning. Guys, I know look, we've also really not planned for this, and we feel just as bad having to get up to be here at 7 in the morning. With that said, I do appreciate all of your collaboration in these days to get through as much as we can. Then I do have a few technical points and then a few normal points. So I will start with Sweden. Then I had KMP Sweden, Netherlands, ASIP Switzerland, and APF Portugal. Snap Sweden, you have the floor.
Maria, Snap Sweden. I'm going to breakfast. Can we eat breakfast then at that time?
Breakfast will be started. Service of breakfast starts at 6:30 in the morning. Okay. Other Snap Sweden. Other you gotta get from Snap Sweden.
From Snap Sweden. Today we should start at 8, but we were late like a half hour, and we were just sitting here wasting time. I hope that all the delegates will come on time, so we will get through that. Everyone will want to go to the party, so be on time, please. Thank you.
I have a technical from IPSF Germany. Then I have APF, ASIP Switzerland. I still have KMP Sweden, Netherlands. APF Portugal, ASIP Switzerland, and South Denmark.
Alex, IPSF Germany. I just wanted to make sure that the breakfast is prepared at 6:30 because last time, I think it was the second day when I came there, just about 7 a.m. There was not much like, for example, the scrambled eggs people, so.
I got confirmation from Praveen here that the breakfast will be ready at 6:30. And you guys know where to find him now. Okay, with that said, I have KMP Sweden, Netherlands, followed by APF Portugal, ASIP Switzerland, and South Denmark.
Michiel, KMP Sweden, Netherlands, when do I have the possibility of discussing on motions with the motions committee?
Yes, what's coming to that after all of this. But after this share session, all of the countries, everyone who handed in a member's motion, please go to the motions committee. They will be here to go through all of the motions with you. Then I have APF Portugal, followed by ASIP Switzerland. After.
Yeah, I just want to say that for those of you that haven't read all the documents, please read them so we can do this quickly and be straight to the point. Thank you.
Thank you. Then I have ASAP Switzerland followed by SOB Denmark.
First of all, if it is possible, could everything be ready at 7 o'clock so that when we arrive at 7 o'clock, we immediately do the roll call? And then I want to ask you to provide kind of a preliminary agenda, which points you will cover, keeping in mind that I believe it will not be possible to cover all of them. So,
I understand.
Which are the most important points we really need to do?
Okay, so I will sit down with James and come up with the agenda for tomorrow. Also considering that ASAP Switzerland had requested for motions for the reports of the executive committee and other reports to be pushed as much to the back so we can cover the motions and the members' motions. I have a comment from James and then I will get to you as Denmark.
As most likely we will have business to continue to cover after finishing the assembly. This will most likely done by correspondence voting. I would like to suggest that all CPs in the past when correspondence voting has been very time consuming, very ineffective and very inefficient, I would like to ask all CPs to really, if we do need to push things to correspondence voting, that you're all active in that voting so we can make these decisions.
Thank you, James. Then I have SOB Denmark.
This was my comment also, that I was thinking that if we could only vote on the ExCo's report, so the chairperson and the PE, and then have an election voting online on the coordinators' reports, and then we have the member motion and the exec's motion, and if we make it, then perhaps we can have the coordinators at last.
I'm sorry, I missed your first part. Which do you want to take tomorrow?
ExCo. The last of the ExCo, so the last chairpersons, and I think missing one or two, right? And then the PE, and then the member motion and the exec motions.
Thank you. Okay. Is it wrong?
Hi, Ariane, it's not wrong. I just want to put a comment on how we were proceeding our stuff these days. I think we should really be careful to just talk about things that can't be discussed out of jail. I don't think we need to talk about food and safety and security here. I think we already killed a lot of our time and we could just do it out of this hall.
Thank you. I do have a comment from Firm as well. Since we don't have anything else, and we're going to wrap this up for today, I want to suspend the standing orders. First one from the next Australia, the next ones I saw was IPSF Japan. Okay, Mrs. Agent, can I give you the floor? What? Oh, sorry, vote on it first. All those against suspending the standing orders, please raise your voting cards. Eduardo, don't do this to me. Okay, no one against. Motion was carried unanimously. I'll give the floor to the section to perform roll call.
For Australia, for Austria, KFC Canada, and for Argentina, delegated to KFC Canada, CPSA Croatia, CPSA Czech Republic, SMP Denmark.